Welcome back. If you manage an oil palm plantation, you know the frustration of hitting a yield plateau. Today, we are looking at a proven biological method to access nutrients currently bound to soil particles, naturally boosting your harvest without applying heavier loads of chemical fertilizer. You're tuning in to AGS, Agriculture Global Solutions. We build actionable playbooks for oil palm farmers and agricultural professionals who want to maximize their field performance. Our roadmap today comes directly from a 2026 peer-reviewed study published in the Journal of the Saudi Society of Agricultural Sciences. The researchers tested a biological treatment at the Palo Jaman plantation in Malaysia, an estate struggling with low productivity for nearly 25 years. We are going to take their laboratory findings and field data and turn them into a step-by-step application guide you can use to correct your soil chemistry and move past your current yield limits. Let's start with the root of the problem. Decades of repetitive chemical fertilizer use and traditional farming practices degrade soil quality over time. In many plantations, this constant synthetic input drives the soil into a highly acidic state. Oil palms require a specific soil pH range, between 5.0 and 5.8, to thrive. When your soil drops below that 5.0 threshold, the chemistry changes. Essential nutrients become chemically bound to the ground, making them inaccessible to the palm roots. When the roots cannot feed, your production drops. This lack of available nutrients directly translates to smaller, lighter, fresh fruit bunches, lowering your overall yield measured in tons per hectare. This chart shows the baseline pH levels of 6 different soil series at the Palo Jaman plantation before any treatment. Looking at the bar heights, you can see that every single soil series was highly acidic, falling well short of that necessary 5.0 mark. Before we reverse this, hit that subscribe button, like this video, and drop a comment below with your agricultural challenges. Because excessive chemical additions created this acidic environment, trying to fix it with more synthetic inputs is a dead end. Reversing the damage requires a biological intervention to free the nutrients. The biological solution tested in this study is a specific strain of bacteria called Bacillus. These bacteria are packaged into biofertilizer granules, and the research showed that both single strains and mixed cultures of the bacteria are effective. Step 1 in the field is activation. This is a critical point of failure for many growers. You must wake the bacteria up. You should never apply these dry granules directly to the ground. The preparation formula is exact but simple. You need to comprehensively dilute 1 gram of the bacterial granules into 100 milliliters of clean water. Once the bacteria are active in the solution, step 2 is loading this diluted mixture into your standard liquid spraying equipment. For the application, you want to target the moisture-rich, active root zones. Spray the solution directly on the damp soil immediately surrounding the base of the oil palms. Water serves as the carrier vehicle, allowing the active bacteria to penetrate down into the topsoil layer, where they can properly colonize the root system. Now that the treatment is in the ground, we have to set the right expectations. You will not see visual changes to your palms overnight. The bacteria require an adaptation period to establish themselves, and the exact timing depends on your specific soil texture. Down in the root zone, colonizing bacteria begin secreting organic acids, like citric and lactic acid, along with enzymes that break down chemical complexes holding soil nutrients. This biological restructuring requires 1 to 3 months to comprehensively neutralize soil acidity and balance the profile. These graphs show the pH levels of the different soil series over a 3-month period after the Bacillus treatment. The lines trend clearly upward, successfully crossing into the optimal 5.0 to 5.8 target zone by the end of the trial. As the pH neutralizes, we also track another metric called electrical conductivity, or EC. EC measures the total concentration of dissolved salts and ions in the soil, which tells us exactly how many nutrients are actively flowing and available for the plant to absorb. As the bacteria corrected the acidity over those 3 months, the researchers documented a steady, natural increase in the soil's electrical conductivity. Patience during this initial 1 to 3 month adaptation window is mandatory. This is the phase where the soil chemistry shifts to allow the root system to begin nutrient uptake. Once that 3-month mark is reached and the soil chemistry is balanced, the results of the Bacillus treatment become clear in the data. Let's look at exactly what happens in the soil. This chart shows the concentration of phosphorus, magnesium, and potassium in the soil. Looking at the elevated clusters for the treated soils, labeled P1, P2, and P3, compared to the untreated control group in blue, you can see these critical macronutrients have been made plant available. The elemental benefits extend even further. The bacteria act as a biological engine, actively pulling atmospheric nitrogen down into the ground, while simultaneously oxidizing trapped sulfur so the roots can properly utilize it. Even secondary micronutrients are freed. The researchers documented specific increases in the availability of elements like zinc and copper, which are critical for the palm's photosynthetic processes. The plantation moved from a degraded, highly acidic environment, where palms were struggling, to a balanced, biologically active soil profile, providing a constant feed of comprehensive nutrition. And the farm achieves this rich nutritional boost entirely through biology, without adding a single extra bag of chemical fertilizer to the field. By actively managing your soil biology instead of relying strictly on synthetic inputs, you create a sustainable, long-term environment for your palms. That is the definitive strategy for driving up your fresh fruit bunch yields, ton by hectare. Thanks for watching AGS, and we'll see you in the field next time.